Hey guys, so again, I have failed at keeping up. I'm trying, but recently we just moved to another state, and it's been a long couple weeks. Moving is hard for anyone, but it is extremely hard when you're pregnant. I never knew how exhausting it could be, and driving 1,000 miles is exhausting, and then unpacking and unpacking is nowhere near done still, so still got a long time. And I tell you, my back is killing me. But yeah, joys of pregnancy and having to move, I guess. So yeah, today I am 25 weeks. Where to start? So since I missed last week, baby is viable now, which is a huge plus. It was a huge milestone for me. Just knowing that if the baby decided to come, that it has a good chance of survival with a lot of interventions, and could have some complications, but at least it could survive and possibly just be 100% healthy after having the hospital help. But so far there's no signs of baby coming anytime soon, so that's good. So yeah, but now I'm 25 weeks, so that leaves 15 weeks, give or take. I've had people estimate saying that I'm going to be 2 to 3 weeks early, and some that are like only a couple days further along past my due date. Who knows? Excuse me. I know people's first child normally comes late. I don't know if that counts if you've had previous miscarriages, or if that affects whether or not you'll have it earlier or later than your due date. I guess I'll find out in February or March. I'm not really sure which I would rather have. Right now, with how uncomfortable I am, I'm sure I'm going to be extremely uncomfortable once I get into the beginning of the new year. So I may be wishing that it comes early, I don't know. But I definitely want the baby to stay in there as long as possible, just so it can get to its full growing potential that it's supposed to inside, before it comes out into this harsh, cruel world and has to basically live by its own body and not by mine. Let's see, symptoms. I feel huge. I do waddle some already. Sometimes it is very difficult to eat because my uterus is pressed so far against my stomach. Sometimes it's just completely painful to eat. Like literally, it feels like my ribs are stabbing right inside of my stomach. I haven't had that for about a week, but so right now it's been pretty fine. But when it does occur, it is very annoying. was going to say that about hard to breathe, but I haven't really had that for a while now, so wouldn't consider it a symptom anymore. Sleep is hard. I can't get comfortable. I'll start out on one side, and then part of my body will start getting numb, and I'll get sharp pains behind my shoulders, so I'll have to turn to the other side, and then it starts all over again, and I just have to keep moving back and forth, and sometimes I have to just lay on my back. It's the only thing I can do to not feel pain, but again, sometimes sometimes I start getting numb in my legs, which I know it's definitely time to move then, because if it's cutting off my circulation, it can cut off the baby's circulation. And other times it just gives me like this, I guess it's somewhat hard to breathe, and somewhat more of like almost like an anxious feeling, even though I'm not really anxious because I'm half unconscious trying to sleep. I don't know how to explain it. There's just really no position in bed that I can stay comfortable and sleep. Very rarely I'll finally find the perfect spot and drift off to sleep, but then wake up an hour later and it's completely uncomfortable and painful, and I have to move again, and I can't find a spot. So I don't ever get a full night's sleep. I'm usually awake 4 to 8 times a night, depending on the night. And then it takes 30 minutes to an hour to fall back asleep. Excuse me. I'm tired. It's exhausting unpacking and being on your feet all day. And chasing a 2-year-old. Doesn't help. Where am I? Sorry, tired and just can't concentrate. Let's see, baby moves a lot. My husband has not been able to feel baby yet, mainly because if I get him to come over and try to feel the baby stops moving. Generally, if I try to move or if I talk, baby stops moving immediately, and I have to sit still and not talk for a little while before baby will start moving again. So my husband hasn't been able to feel the baby yet. It used to be that I couldn't ever feel the baby. Obviously on the inside I could, but I couldn't feel it from the outside, because every time I would slightly move to try to feel the baby, it'd stop moving. But it's starting, I've been able to feel it now, so I've been able to hold still just enough to be able to get my hand there to feel the baby kicking. Generally, it's still kicking really low, so I don't think baby has been face down that much, although there are times that I'm pretty sure that it flips around and kicks up higher, so I'm not really worried quite yet if it hasn't flipped, because they say that a baby can move, flip around all the way up to a few hours before they're born, so I'm not really worried about that. It's just very uncomfortable sometimes when they're kicking your bladder, or I think the worst is when they're kicking your intestines. It's just a really odd, weird feeling. So, yeah. But when your bladder is full, it's really disturbing that they're kicking you there too, because all of a sudden you really gotta go, and you can't really hold it much longer. Trying to think. Back pain, but I already mentioned that. Somewhat from always being on my feet and walking around and unpacking, yada yada, but a lot of it has to do with the baby. Excuse me, I can't stop yawning. Oh yeah, since I moved, I am going with a midwife, and we did find one. However, I am not positive when I will see them. I'm going to have a consultation at some point. I just have to contact her to let her know and try to figure out a time that my husband and I can go down there. She lives an hour away. Yeah. But I don't think I'm going to be able to see her for any appointments until after the first of the year. Mainly because of insurance. Our insurance, well, part of our insurance starts on December 1st, I believe. But then it updates the first of the year. So obviously it's a midwife, so insurance is not going to cover all of it. She's out of network. But so we have to pay $1,500 is our what's it called? Not copayment, but it's how much we have to pay, and then they start covering partial. I just can't think of the word. And then they cover 70% of the rest of the costs, I believe. I'm not positive on that, but I believe that's what it was. So if I started seeing her now, pretty much all of what we pay her now will be out of pocket, and we won't get any reimbursement. And then the insurance re-updating on the 1st, we no longer have that $1,500 already paid to our account, so we'd have to pay another $1,500, which is basically the entire cost almost. So we'd be out $1,500. So from now until January sometime, I'm probably not going to be seen medically. Like I said, I'll have the consultation with the midwife just so we can meet and just so we can get an idea of what I want and yada yada. Start. Yeah, just consult. But otherwise, yeah. Somewhat worries me, I guess. I'll be missing 2 to 3 appointments that I would normally have, or anyone would normally have during a pregnancy at this time. But yeah, that's another symptom. I'm swelling up. My hands and feet have been swelling up like crazy, especially when I'm on my feet all day. It gets even worse. And the other thing is I'm supposed to have the gestational diabetes tests within the next few weeks. But yeah, that's not going to happen until after the first of the year. So I'll be like, I think like 31 or 32 weeks by then. So I'll miss that. So hopefully I don't have gestational diabetes. I hope I don't anyways, but especially since I won't be taking the test to find out, then hopefully I definitely don't have it. So yeah, that's where I'm at with midwife and stuff. It's kind of frustrating, but you do what you gotta do, I guess. I could go see just a regular doctor for this month and a week. So 5 weeks. For the next 5 weeks, I could see some just regular random doctor. But I really don't want to see somebody and then say, okay, I see you twice and bye. I really just don't want to do that. And having to explain yourself at the beginning, introduce, and all the initial crap that you have to do. I don't want to do that and then leave. So I really just don't see any point in doing that. So anyways, I'm going to stop this because I'm just going everywhere because I'm tired and just can't stay focused. So yeah, belly shot and then we'll be done. The sleeping kitty. Right. 25 weeks. It's definitely still very pointy. Like I said, baby stays generally down here. And sometimes he kicks even lower where I wouldn't want anybody touching. My husband maybe, but no random strangers to feel. Yeah, I'm definitely getting more pointy. My belly button is slowly starting to pop out. I have very little left. And belly button ring is really stretching. And my cat is taking my chair. Little rat. So, yeah. We'll see when and if it fully pops out. I'm guessing it will. Anyways, there's 25 weeks. Shirt on. Getting ginormous. So, yeah, anyways, I'll talk to you all next week, hopefully. Yeah, bye.